Hey everyone, you're listening to episode 68 of the Fifth Meeple Board Game Podcast. Thanks so much for inviting us to your table. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Fifth Meeple Board Game Podcast. We're a group of diverse friends who offer our takes on the latest and greatest board games to hit our table. I'm your host today, Daniela, the Goofy Noob, and I'm joined today by the Collector.
Hey, this is David.
And the Intellectual Introvert.
Oh, what?
Wow. He's really introvert activated.
I'm asleep. What?
And the Deluxeifier.
Hello, everybody.
All right, we're off to a great start. In today's mini Meeple episode, we are exhibiting questionable behavior once again. One of our listeners, Seth, has put together some trivia questions for us, and he even gamified it. We are all going to play a little bit of hosting today for the game, and we invite you to play along, doing your best to answer these questions as we most likely stumble through them. So, as we begin to do this, we're all going to go around. We're all going to read a question one by one. So it'll go like this. Someone's going to read a question. We're all going to write it down. You at home can have the opportunity to write it down or think it out loud. We're all here sitting around the table going to show our answers to each other. And then the person who read the question will say what the answer is. Or David's going to say what the answer is. That's who's going to have it. All right. So play along with us and let's take it away. Question one, David.
Okay, and so we are keeping point score on this. So every question, there's 15 questions that Seth Gonzalez came up with, one of our listeners. And so on every one of these questions, we're going to answer the question. That's worth 2 points if you get that right, if you're playing along at home. And the bonus question for that question, so it would be like question 1, you'll have an answer. And then there'll be a bonus question to number 1. There'll always be a bonus question. And if you get the bonus question right, that's worth 3 points, is what Seth is telling me. And so that's how we're going to play it. So there's always a possibility of 5 points on every single question that we're doing. And all of these answers, Seth wanted to let us know that he sent us this on July 13th. So some of the stuff could be changed because some of them have to do with rankings, he was telling me. So we're just going to go with that timestamp on 7/13. That just tells you how long it takes us to get stuff in our queue because we're a little bit always booked, but we're excited to get this on the road. So here we go. Question number 1, Carcassonne. Rated number 233 on BGG, is a tile-laying game in which players shape the medieval landscape of France, claiming cities, monasteries, and farms. Players use their meeples as 4 types of followers: knights, thieves, farmers, and monks, and score them during the game at the end, based on completed or partially completed cities, roads, farms, and cloisters. Knights score you 2 points for every tile in a completed city. Thieves score 1 point for every tile in a completed road, and farmers earn 3 points at the end of the game for every completed city that they have in their farms. The question is, how many points does a monk score you for a completed cloister?
Been a long time since I played Carcassonne.
What the heck is a cloister?
If you don't know Carcassonne, you're probably in a little bit of trouble.
I haven't played it in a long time. I've certainly played it. I have the big box. So I have all the different expansions, only half of which I've even tried. Every once in a while I get it out though and just see how wide I can make it on the table.
Okay. So does everybody have their answers?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. I'll start over with Danielle, and we'll just kind of read them out for the audience real quick.
4.
Okay, Danielle has 4 points.
I went with 9 because I was thinking maybe that's the one that goes on the cathedral and it scores for all the different things.
Okay, Chris has 9.
And I know I'm wrong with number 2.
Chris has 2. Pete has 2. And I also have 9 because I'm pretty sure that it's all the tiles surrounding it plus the tile itself.
Oh. Yeah.
So I think it's 9. Let's see what the answer is. The answer is 9.
Yeah.
Okay. So Chris and David have 2 points if you're playing along at home. The bonus point, the bonus question is, in the base game of Carcassonne, there are how many cloistered tiles in the game?
Yeah, because I'm constantly counting cloister tiles.
This is going to be see, this is why
Base game.
I'm going to go with, let's see here.
I got a number in mind.
Okay. I got a number in mind.
Okay. Ready?
Okay. Yeah,
We
go
are
ahead,
ready.
Daniela.
6.
That's a good number, Daniela.
All right, I am going to go with the Rodney Dangerfield back to school answer and just say 4?
Okay.
All right, well, I'm definitely wrong with 18. So
That is I don't know what the right
That's the
answer is. I
expansion.
know what the wrong answer is.
And Danielle, I also had 6 as well, so that's an interesting number. Let's see what the answer is. The answer is 6. 4 tiles with a cloister completely surrounded by fields, and 2 tiles with a cloister partially bordered by a road. Seth is just giving us the breakdown of how those are.
All right.
So, after round 1 of this game, Daniela has 3 points.
Oh, bonus points are 3?
Yeah, 3, yeah. Pete has a big goose egg. Chris has 2 points, and I have 5 points somehow. I like this game. Okay, question number 2. Does anybody want to read?
Go ahead, Pete. Round robin.
Number 2. Orleans, number 34 on BGG, is a bag building game currently sitting at number 34 on BGG's top 100 game list. Clemens Franz is the artist credited for the game, and he also has another 6 games credited that are listed in the top 100. One game is credited twice. What is that game?
So a Clemens Franz game that he did the art for that is credited twice. So there's obviously 2 different versions, right, of this game. I'm just wasting time because I have no idea what I want to write down, but then I just thought of it.
I have an answer, but I don't know if it's right. But Clement Franz is, really, really famous artist in the board gaming world.
and people have their opinions on his art too.
Very polarizing artist.
Yes.
Can I just ask a question real quick?
Yes.
What's the game where you go around and you get fabric and wine?
The alpaca? No, fabric and wine. Oh, Concordia.
Yeah, okay. That's my answer.
You at least got something that I don't.
I just hope I got a game that you actually
It was
did.
brown, so I had to pick
It
a
was
brown
brown.
game.
I gotta pick something. I'm the
Wow,
one
give a
gonna
hint
be
to
reading
Pete
it.
while we're waiting here.
Oh man! All right, I'm gonna go with.
Don't say it out loud.
Say that loud.
You have your answer,
Yeah,
Dave?
I have my answer.
Okay, we're all waiting on Pete again.
Yeah,
It's like a common theme here.
Too much downtime in this game.
do these games. I'm gonna go with
18.
yeah. What's number 18 on this? All right, I'm going way off the rails on this one.
Okay. Danielle, who do you have?
Concordia.
Okay.
I went with Agricola.
Oh.
I also went with Agricola.
I'm
Pete.
going with Brass Birmingham.
Okay,
the
the
answer?
answer. Let's see here. It's Agricola. Agricola has 2
cheating.
versions on BGG, 2007 and the Agricola Revised Edition in 2016.
And Agricola Zombie Edition coming soon, right?
Yes.
Okay, I gave you guys your lead that you need now.
It's not a big enough of a struggle to play Agricola. Now you got to battle the undead as well. I don't see a
I know,
bonus
I'm
question.
trying to
here.
play
Oh, there
it.
is no bonus question for this one, so sorry, my bad.
Great,
I
thanks,
have not-
Pete.
I have not read everything, so
All right, Chris, take us to number 3.
All right, question number 3. Everdell, number 40 on BGG, is a tableau building and worker placement game for 1 to 4 players, where players take on the role of forest creatures building a city in the Valley of Everdell. Players collect resources, recruit critters, and construct buildings over 4 seasons, aiming to have the most points at the end of the game. Here's the question. When the common critter card, called the Barge Toad, is played during production, it will gain you 2 of which game resources for your farm in your city. So you play the Barge Toad, you get 2 of something. What are you getting 2 of?
It's not gold. I'll just throw that one out there. I don't think it's gold.
All right, I have my answer, and I have a pun as well to go along with my answer. just for a little hint.
I just hope I get 2 resources that are in that game.
Berries.
Oh, you're just shouting out your answer regardless
Yeah,
of what.
everybody's done.
All right,
Everybody is done.
Daniela says you get 2 berries. David,
You're going to say twig and berries.
2 of
I
which
know.
game resources? Oh, I put twigs and berries.
Oh,
okay, so
my
you said
gosh.
twigs and berries. Of course you did. Pete,
I'm putting down wood, and that's going to be twigs, just for the record. So
yeah, I got a wood as well. So David's got the answers, but I'm pretty excited about this answer.
Okay, the answer for this one.
Give Chris some wood.
The answer is twigs.
Twigs. I'm giving
So
it to
wood
myself.
is interesting.
That's
Okay.
acceptable.
Yeah, of course that's acceptable.
I thought it was like I must
Twig
be
and berries.
drunk here.
Bong and a blitz.
What happened? Bong and a blitz?
Yeah, remember from
Who had wood?
I did.
I've got a wood.
Daniela does not.
Pete and Chris both have 2. I'm giving myself 1 point. I had twigs. Right, twigs and
Just
berries.
name all 3 of them, then I got 1 point.
Well, I didn't know he was only meaning 1 resource, so I'm kind of a little bit.
Okay,
My head's a little.
I'm going to
loopy.
make up my own rules too. There is no
Yeah.
bonus question there as well. So we got the rules a little bit wrong, but there are bonus points later.
Yeah.
But Daniela,
Here
take
you
it
go.
away.
Do it.
After question 3, recap on the score in case you're playing along at home. Danielle's got 3 points.
Woo.
Pete's got 2 points. Chris has got 6 points. And I have 8 points somehow.
Ooh.
All right,
one.
getting up on David on this one.
Okay,
Go ahead.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, though. This is a Chris game. Cascadia. Question 4. 54 on BGG is a tile-laying and token drafting board game where players build harmonious ecosystems in the Pacific Northwest by placing habitat tiles and wildlife tokens. The question: the Cascadia bioregion encompasses 100% of which U.S. state? Praise God, I know these.
Yeah, this is not a Chris question. This is a Daniela question.
Oh, crap.
I got a 1 out of 50 chance of getting this right.
I know this is probably wrong, but
I am going against my first inclination based on something I heard on a different podcast where they were just talking about playing Cascadia. And I'm going with a hint from there.
oh, goodness. I have a feeling Danielle's going to get this one.
But I'm interested in Chris. So, Chris, you start. Are you good, Pete?
I got something down.
Okay.
It's not
So
right,
I
but
want to know what you heard from this.
So I was going to say Washington, but they were playing in Oregon and they were talking about Cascadia playing in the Cascade. So I went with Oregon.
Okay. I went with Washington because the Cascade National Park is in Washington.
I also went with Washington.
Pete?
I'm at least on the right side of the country.
Ohio?
I went with California.
Oh, Pete. Anyways, let's see here.
You're so cute.
The answer here is Washington. Oh.
Should have
Winner,
gone with my
chicken
first.
Should have
dinner.
went with Washington.
Yeah, North Cascades National Park up there.
Well, I knew there was. I just didn't know the whole state was in
Yeah.
it. I thought, Seattle shouldn't be included in anything.
Facts.
Yeah,
Okay.
game's dumb.
Tech.
Good questions.
How much,
Yeah,
how much do I
obviously.
get for that?
2 points.
Woohoo.
I was in the
Okay.
right time zone at least.
All right, back to David.
Okay, Skull King is number 300 on BGG. It's a pirate-themed trick-taking card game where players bid on the number of tricks they think they'll win each round. The Skull King trumps every other card except if he appears in the same trick with a mermaid. How many mermaid cards are there in the game?
I think David knows this one.
I
you
think
do
I know
know.
this one.
I know
Yeah, you
Pete
could
knows
know
this
this
one
one,
for
yeah.
sure.
I recall playing this game, and I think I know what it is.
I recall
Go
playing
with
it
that.
once.
Go with your gut, Pete. Go with your gut.
Not
Got it?
asking for it again.
Okay,
Pete, you got yours?
Pete, you got yours?
I got a number in mind.
Okay.
Did you write it down?
I did.
Okay, is it official? Okay, go ahead. You want to tell the audience what your number is?
Well, since 2 didn't work last time, I'm going to go with 2 this time.
All right,
That's a good guess.
I went with 2.
2.
And I also went with 2. So the whole room
All
is
right.
on a group consensus of 2. Let's see what the right
It's not,
answer
we're going
is.
to change the rules.
The answer is 2. Everybody
All right.
scores a point. Good job.
All right, Pete.
Oh, no.
All
Number
right.
6.
Did you plan this out? Because this
I
is
did
really
not
good. All
look at-
right.
Yeah, I'm not getting this one.
Number 6. All right. You guys ready?
Oh, this isn't. No, go ahead.
All
I'm
right.
looking
Oh,
at
I
it.
know this.
Crap.
Oh.
I just saw the name.
Dwellings of Eldervale, Pete's one of number 1 games, is number 123 on BGG. It's a fantasy-themed competitive board game for 1 to 5 players that blends worker placement, area control, engine building, and resource management. Each player faction in the game has 3 advanced units that you control: an aggressive warrior, a teleporting wizard, and a mighty dragon. The 1937 J.R.R. Tolkien novel, The Hobbit, featured a mighty dragon as the main antagonist. What was that dragon's name?
Let's go.
Oh, I do know this, even though it has nothing to do with Dwellings of Eldervale, but
I read this and I can't remember
sunk.
it.
Think of the movie's names.
Shame on
I
me.
got this. Oh, no hints here. I got to catch up to these guys.
It says The Hobbit featured a mighty dragon as the main antagonist. Mm-hmm. What was the
Love
dragon's
a bonus
name?
question here.
Oh, I don't know.
I know
Is
the
there
cat
one?
eye guy.
The cat eye?
Well, the cat eye, the main bad dude. I don't know that.
The cat eye.
Sauron?
Sauron.
Yeah.
It's not Sauron. I'll tell you that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Sorry, Mon, not Sauron.
All right. Does everybody locked in yet? David, see, at least I had the answer first here.
I have
Maybe
my wrong
Danielle
answer
did.
written down.
I have my wrong answer written down.
Okay.
All right. We'll let Daniela answer this one correctly.
Smog.
Smog is right. At least, well, I don't know if it's right or not, but
I put Aragorn
Good
down.
guess, good guess.
I put Ash.
all
Let's see
right.
what the right answer is here. I think I got this one wrong.
Oh, I think you did too.
It is smog.
Nice.
Okay.
All right, where are we at score-wise,
At
David?
the end of question number 6, Daniela has 9 points. Pete has 6 points. Chris has 8 points. And I have 12 points.
Nice.
Close game.
All right. Well, let's move on
We're
to a
scoring
game.
way better than our trivia, though.
Yeah. Well, we'll change this. We're gonna move on to a game that I have never played, never seen, or anything. I've heard of it at least. Citadels, number 541 on BGG, is a card game for 2 to 8 players where you compete to build the most impressive medieval city by drafting characters with unique abilities to acquire gold and build districts. The game's gold resources are said to look like what popular candy?
I know this one.
Well, I played
think
this
know
game
one.
2 weeks ago with my sister and nephews. So,
That's unfair.
I love this game.
well, the problem
You
is,
played Citadels?
yeah.
Really?
I
well, the
have it.
problem is
I
I
own it.
swapped out the coins for
Of
my
course you
coins. So we didn't play with it. But I'm going to go with. I think I know what I want to use. So
I might be wrong, actually, but I'm going to go with this answer.
I'm questioning my answer now
Why?
because I think I'm wrong. That's why I can't see. Everybody done?
Yeah.
I had
I'm
Pez.
I have Pez.
Butterscotch.
Rolos.
Oh, it's probably Rolos.
Oh.
Crap. Let's see. The right answer is butterscotch.
What the heck?
Well done.
I have the
Out of
game.
left field.
Well, hey, there's a bonus question, and
Oh, there
Daniela
is a
has the
bonus.
game.
Okay.
So this is where she takes the lead, and I should have looked at the bonus question first.
Well, we know who's not
Yeah,
cheating.
exactly. I should have looked at that too.
The bonus question is, what country did butterscotch candy
So we have
originate
to
from?
Cover these up, right? When we're going through them.
Yeah.
What?
Oh,
Some of
okay.
us aren't even. Yeah.
Yeah, Daniela reading ahead.
I
Butterscotch.
was going like
All right,
this.
whatever.
Okay.
What country did butterscotch candy originate from?
Which country?
Yes.
Oh boy.
My grandma's closet.
Always, right? Or her pocket. Just didn't know how long it had been there.
I'm gonna go on a limb here.
I'm going to be way off on
I
this
know
one.
it's probably not China, but just trying to help.
You never
out.
know. You never know. I have my wrong answer locked in.
I
So do I.
have Myron Lancer locked in as well.
Daniela, you good?
Brussels.
She's the country of Brussels.
Let's go with
Brussels
Brussels.
sprouts. Wait.
Okay.
Is that even a
Interesting.
country?
I don't even know.
That's all right. I don't know what country
That's
they are
okay.
either.
What am I thinking
Pete,
about?
what do you got?
I went with Sweden.
Sweden. What do you got?
I went with Scotland. 'cause
I went with
butterscotch.
Scotland too.
Oh,
and
you
it's
went with Scotland
butterscotch.
too?
Yes.
Okay, see?
But I don't
Okay.
have the answer, so I don't know what they are. Well, yes, you
Okay,
do.
Here we go. I have the answers. Let's see what the answer is. The answer is England.
Ah, for crying out loud. And my grandmother, who always had butterscotch, came over from England. Serves me right.
Dang it.
Daniela.
I should have said the
Brussels.
UK. I would have got half a point.
All right, we're going to get this one. I can feel it.
All right. Number 8. Quacks, number 72 on BGG, is a push your luck bag building board game where players are quack doctors competing to brew the best potions. Players compete to brew the best potions by drawing ingredients from their bags and adding them to their pots. Question: pulling white chips from your bag and placing them into your pot will cause the pot to explode if the sum of all white chips drawn exceeds the value of what?
All right, I'm back in the game.
Yeah, I feel
Back in the
I feel
game.
confident.
Hold on.
All right.
see it.
I do wish it was still called Quaxel Quedlinburg.
That's what it'll always be to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
why?
though we always call it Quacks. I wish it was called Quaxel
yeah.
Quedlinburg.
First edition.
I'm saying 9.
That's
All right.
nice.
I went with 7.
I
7.
also went with 7.
You're all wrong.
Let's see what the
Did I blow
official
my
answer
pot?
is.
I think you blew your pot.
I
Yeah.
think you probably blew your pot. The answer is 7. Okay.
Now there is
There is a bonus.
question.
Can I do my question?
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. What are the white chips called?
Sorry. That was something I shouldn't say.
Ready?
We all good?
Let's go.
Sure.
David, what do you got?
I put cotton things.
Pete.
Well, I know the answer to get them out is mandrake, but I couldn't think of what it was, so I put mandrake.
Chris.
I went with cherry bombs.
I went with mushrooms.
The correct answer is cherry bombs.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Loser.
The comeback. The comeback is on.
Oh, that's terrible.
I'm liking the next question category too. I may be the only one that owns it. Maybe David has it. I don't know.
Yeah, but
I've never played this one.
Okay, going
But do
into
you know the
question 9.
question?
It's going to be a question about
Question
cats
number
right down
9.
your alley.
It's
It's gonna be a
again.
question about
Oh, the Isle of
dogs.
Cats. Number 177 on BGG is a competitive medium weight polyomino minnow. I can't even talk today. Tile placement board game for 1 to 4 players, where players are citizens of Squall's End on a rescue mission to save cats from the evil Lord Vesh. Cats in real life have many fascinating facts about them. For example, cats can't taste sweet things. They sleep about 70% of their lives, and a cat's nose print is unique. How many eyelids does a cat have? What are you doing to me, Seth?
What the heck? Per eye? Per eye? Or
Where's your
Yeah,
cat
just
at,
How
David?
many eyelids?
Is it under the table?
Let me. How many? I know how many
I
eyelids
feel
a
like
Vulcan
this is a
has.
trick question,
A Vulcan has 2 eyelids, by the way,
but
per eye.
Useful.
Yes. How many eyelids does a cat have?
Cleo, get over here.
because I feel like this is a trick question, I'm putting a trick answer.
I have a number in mind. It's worked for me half the time.
Can I get 1 point if I just say even or odd? No, I'm just messing. Okay, go
You'll
ahead,
probably
Daniela.
give yourself
2.
1.
2.
I went with 2 each for 4 total.
2 total.
Because
I
I think
went
one
with
on top, one on
4.
the bottom. Boop.
I know.
I thought it was a trick.
Depending on your house.
Let's see what Seth has put for this answer here. I would have been wrong on all accounts. 3. They have an upper and lower and a third eyelid called the nictitating membrane. I probably butchered that.
So 3 per eye, 6 total. Nobody got any of
yes, nobody got any of that. Hope you got that at home.
Dogs rule.
Okay, so after question number 9, the new scores are Daniela has 11, Pete has 8, Chris has 13, and I have 14. Staying on top, but barely. Here we
All
go.
right, question number 10. Architects of the West Kingdom, 122 on BGG, is a worker placement strategy board game for 1 to 5 players, in which players take the roles of royal architects vying to impress the king by constructing buildings and contributing to the Archbishop's Cathedral. Players are given a lot of workers to start with because the key feature in the game is workers stay on the board until captured or removed by game effects, and players can amass workers on a space for stronger action. How many workers do players get to start the game?
Wow.
Oh, I think I know this one.
I'm going to guess.
Oh,
You own this game
we
too,
are not.
Danielle?
We are not
Yeah.
guessing
You
on
do.
this one.
Okay.
But I like this game.
This is a good game. Okay, do
All
we
right.
have answers?
I got a number.
Go
Okay.
ahead, Pete.
All right, I'm going to start with 20.
I also had 20.
I had 3.
I have 10. I'm probably off.
And
Here
I
we
think
go.
there's 30 total, if I remember correctly.
I think there's 20 total.
20 is correct. Ugh, boo. At least I didn't have Daniela's low number. I was in the double digits.
Don't try to make yourself feel better.
It's only worth 2 points, you know. And with that, Chris takes the lead by 1.
Yay. All right. The next one, which also has a bonus question, so I guess don't look ahead just in case. But this is Lost Ruins of Arnak, number 28 on BGG, and the winner of our last Meeple Madness tournament, by the way. Lost Ruins of Arnak is a board game that combines worker placement and deck building mechanics. Players take on the roles of archaeologists, exploring a mysterious island, uncovering ruins, collecting resources, and advancing their research. The most famous movie archaeologist of all time is Dr. Henry Walton Indiana Jones Jr., who appeared in 5 films. The question: upon coming back from the First World War, Indiana Jones was an understudy to Abner Ravenwood. Which university was he studying in?
I'm going to go with one I know.
I love this movie. All the movies. Well, most of the movies. I love most of the movies, I should say. Does everybody have an answer?
I have an answer.
I have an answer.
I have a wrong answer.
I guess that might be the wrong question to ask. You got an answer, Danielle?
Yeah.
Okay, give it to me.
Oxford.
Danielle says Oxford. David,
I say Yale.
Yale. Pete,
All right, I'm going with Harvard.
and I went with NYU. So
I thought the guy had an accent, so that's...
Indiana Jones?
No,
Or Dr.
the-
Abner
I
Ravenwood.
thought
I think
he
you
was
might
British.
have it right.
Let's
I think
see.
You might have it right, Danielle.
The answer is University of Chicago.
Of course it is.
Chicago.
Let's
All
see what the
right.
bonus is.
The bonus points, since nobody got the regular points, while studying under Abner Ravenwood, Indy was in a heated relationship with Professor Ravenwood's daughter, who later joined forces with Indy in the Raiders of the Lost Ark. What was her name?
Oh, of course.
I feel like I'll know it when I hear it.
What's his face was her son in the movies. Shia
Shia
LaBeouf.
LaBeouf, yeah.
All right, I'm wrong again, so
Wait.
it's all good.
I know this is wrong, but I'm going to go with it.
Well, go ahead then, David.
know
Go with
Susan, I'm
it.
gonna
Does everybody have an answer?
I have an answer.
I'm going to go with, Yo, Adrian. I know that's wrong, but I'm going to go with it.
Pete.
I went with Carrie.
Mary.
And I went with Miriam.
Ooh,
Miriam.
let's see.
Mary is just short for Miriam. Marion.
Marion.
Oh, so close.
Marion.
Yep, that was not it.
For those of you
Bummer.
playing.
Nobody scored anything
I'd
from
give you
question
half
number
a point
11.
for that.
Okay.
That was close.
All right, here we are, number 12. Wonderland's War, number 137 on BGG, is a deep tactical board game set in the world of Alice in Wonderland. It combines area control with a bag-building combat system. Players take on the role of faction leaders vying for control of Wonderland through a series of battles. The game draws heavily from Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland, with players leading factions based on characters like Alice, the Mad Hatter, the Queen of Hearts, the Cheshire Cat, and the Jabberwocky. All right, the question. During the Tea Party phase, what is Alice's special ability?
I have played this game one time.
That's one more time than I've played it.
I've been to the original area where...
You've been to Wonderland?
Where Lewis Carroll wrote this, no.
I'm going to go with something that
Go with a board game mechanism.
I am going with a board. I am going with a board game mechanism. You are correct. All right, I have an answer.
I have an answer.
Good.
As do I.
Okay.
I'm going to say she can block or defend the shards.
Wow, that's a very detailed answer. She can switch cards.
Pete.
I'm going to go with she can re-roll dice.
And I said she can go in the reverse direction around the table compared to everybody else.
Oh, interesting. Here we go. The answer is Alice's unique Tea Party ability allows her to move counterclockwise around the
You
table.
little nerd.
How did Chris get that one? Wow.
Because I remember thinking, well, that's unfair. Because somebody was playing. It's like, I wish I could do that.
All right. Number 13, Radlands, number 137 on BGG.
Pete's jumping. He's just
Fine.
taking over.
Do it.
Taking
I got
it
too
over.
many papers in front of me. Go ahead, Pete.
Oh, am I doing it?
No, yeah, do it.
I forgot who read that. Okay, 13, Radlands, number 137 on BGG is a competitive dueling card game for two players, designed by Danielle Pinchnick and published by Roxdale Games in 2021. The game is set in a post-apocalyptic world and features a vibrant neon art style. In Radlands, players act as leaders of survivor groups fighting to protect their camps from a rival tribe. Each player begins the game with 3 camps, and the objective is to destroy all 3 of the opponent's camps to win. Question: what is the main resource in the game?
Full disclosure, I have never heard of the game Radlands,
Same.
let alone played it.
I can
Same.
see the cover. I've never played it. It's a
All
very
right.
distinctive color.
Also, for the record, Roxley Games.
Roxley Games, yes. That's what I meant to say.
Okay. Each player begins the game with 3 camps, and the objective is to destroy all 3 of the opponent's camps to win.
All right.
What's the main resource?
Well, I have an answer. I don't know it's right. I've never played this game.
Have any of us played this game? I don't think so. 2 of them don't even know what the cover looks like. I could at least see the cover in my head.
I can't see.
I have an answer. It's wrong.
Everybody got answers?
Everybody's got answers. Okay.
Okay, who wants to go first?
Water.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good.
That was a good guess. That was my first guess, but I'm going with my second guess.
Food?
I have food. That was my guess.
Food was my third answer.
Oh,
I have people.
okay.
People, that's good. I went with gas. I'm going Mad Max theme.
I like it. Everybody's got something different. Let's see if we got it right without playing the game. Water.
Wow.
No.
Wow. Wow.
Well
rigged.
done.
It's rigged.
Hey, that was the Mad Max. That's what they needed there. Water.
Well done.
Well, water.
Hopefully somebody gets that joke.
Okay.
Well done.
All right, I'll take the next one. Question number 14, Arkham Horror, the card game. No, Pete, this is not the game I talk about all the time. Okay? This is not Eldritch Horror. This is Arkham Horror, the card game. Number 29 on BGG. It's a cooperative living card game where players take on the roles of investigators, trying to solve mysteries and confront supernatural threats inspired by H.P. Lovecraft's Cthulhu mythos. It's a narrative-driven game where players work together through a series of scenarios, building decks, making choices that impact the ongoing campaign. Howard Phillips Lovecraft was an American author of horror, fantasy, science, and weird fiction. He is known as the father of cosmic horror, a new genre that emphasizes humanity's insignificance. What fictional university appears in several of Lovecraft's works? And I will say that this university also appears in Eldritch Horror, so that helps me out.
I hate this.
You either know it or you don't. You're not gonna.
Yeah, I don't know
You're not
this
gonna
one.
guess this one.
I'm going to
I
try.
am going to guess.
Seeing it's fictional, I'm picking a real place. I'm probably going to get it wrong.
Does everybody have an answer?
Yes. Go ahead, Danielle. You want to read yours first?
Arkham U.
All right, so Arkham U, David,
Cthulhu, you.
Pete.
I went with New York. It's scary as it is.
I went with Miskatonic University.
Oh my goodness, Miskatonic. Let's see what the right answer is on this one.
Yeah.
Miskatonic University. Chris has got it right.
And there's a bonus question.
Oh, great.
For the bonus points, what magazine first published The Call of Cthulhu?
Is that a what is that though? Like a book or is it a?
It's a magazine.
magazine.
In those days, there used to be, magazines that just a whole bunch of science fiction short stories. Right.
Oh, my
So,
goodness.
what magazine first published The Call of Cthulhu? I just read an H.P. Lovecraft book, and I remember reading this in the preface, and I don't know it.
Wow. All right.
I've got a guess though.
I got to guess. I had two, but
All right.
Show me yours.
Pete, your answer. Pete, your answer.
Oh, my answer. Okay. I went Scientific American.
Scientific American. That's the name of the magazine?
I feel pretty good that ain't it.
Okay. I went with Mad magazine.
That's a good guess. I went with Time.
And
That was my other guess.
And I said Amazing Stories. 'Cause I think it's something like Amazing Stories or Strange Tales or something like that. I'm going with
You
Amazing
made that
Stories.
up.
Okay. The right answer is Weird Tales. Close, Chris.
That's a
I
magazine.
thought I could pull one out of the hat with Mad magazine.
1930s. man.
Yeah, I actually thought that too, David. All
Okay,
right.
going into the final question, let me just update the scores really quick for those of you who are playing along. Maybe you're beating the pants off of us. But coming in fourth place right now, Pete with 11 points.
Yes.
Daniela has 13 points. David has 14 points. And Chris is in the lead right now with 19 points.
Nerd.
Okay. I'm bidding 11.
And
All right,
no
there you
bonus
go.
question on this one.
Right? Last one, number
your
15.
points.
Seinfeld is a groundbreaking, award-winning American sitcom created by Jerry Seinfeld and Larry David, which aired on NBC from 1989 to 1998. The sitcom sometimes featured episodes where board games made an appearance. Very memorable episodes include an extended game of Risk in Season 6 and a game of Trivial Pursuit in Season 4. By Season 7, a large stack of 9 games regularly was shown in the back of Jerry Seinfeld's apartment. These games were Scrabble, Taboo, Battleship, Clue, Monopoly, Jenga, Yahtzee, Rummikub, and Advertising 2. Question: which of these games is ranked the highest on BGG?
Ooh. It's multiple choice.
Yeah, I was with 9 choices. Man.
It's better odds than 1 out of 50 that I had before.
I'm wagering all my points.
Yeah.
Hey, that wasn't part of it.
I just texted Seth. He said we could wager points on the fight. No,
Yeah, I think I talked about the Risk episode on a previous podcast episode of ours where it's Kramer versus Newman, and it goes over an extra day, and so Jerry's put in charge of protecting the Risk board, and Newman's trying to break in and all this kind of stuff, and I don't know, it was funny.
I remember that one.
Better on the show than it was the story I just told. Apparently.
Yeah. Okay. Let's
Okay,
go around.
Elaine.
I just
There
did the
you go.
dance move. All right, Chris, what do you got?
I just went with the one that I thought would get the least hate from the people on BGG, and so I went with Jenga.
Okay, David or Pete.
Scrabble.
Okay,
Oh, I was going to get Scrabble, but I went with Deduction. I went with Clue.
and I went with Yahtzee. All right, we're all different. David, for
Here it
all
is.
the money.
My
All the
backup
money.
one was going to be Rummikub.
It doesn't matter.
Rumi
What's in
Cube?
the-
I do like Rumi Cube. I played that. Okay, here we go. It's Rumi
Oh my
Cube at
gosh.
1732. You should have went with your backup, Pete.
I know. I was thinking about it.
Rumi
All right.
Cube. I like that
I
game,
ended
actually.
with 13.
If it was sequence, I would put sequence.
Interesting.
Okay, so the final scores for those who are playing against us at home. Daniela and Pete tied with 13 apiece. David still had 14, and Chris, the big winner for tonight, 19.
Wow.
But
Good
if you
job,
beat Chris, put that in the comments
Yeah.
here.
Let us
Send
know
it
that
in.
you smoked Chris.
How did
And
I
let
catch
us
you? You
know.
were winning. You were beating
Yeah,
me.
how did he get another point between the last two?
What's up with
He
that?
was at 11.
I
So
was at
each
11.
question's worth 2. Oh, you didn't get those 2 points. Sorry. Pete has 11. I
Yeah.
thought you got that right. Sorry.
Put that in your BG app and smoke it. Well, that brings us to the end of this mini Meeple episode. Thank you, Seth, for the games and the questions. We really enjoyed it at this time. We hope you enjoyed today's trivia challenge. In fact, we'd love to hear from you. Again, if you guys scored well, better than us, or maybe only got 2, we'd love to hear it. If you want to hit the subscribe button, do that. Thanks again for listening. And remember, nothing shapes our journey through life so much as the questions we ask. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye, and thanks, Seth.
Goodbye, everybody, and thanks for playing along with us.
Adios, amigos. Good job, guys.
All right.
-1 for getting the spelling wrong.
I'm thinking here. I'm thinking too hard.
This is great podcast audio.
Man. Well, yeah.
I like your last edit.
Yeah.